All right, to the Baja. What is going on, guys, and welcome to the 5th episode of To the Baja. My name's Rona Haycoop. He's Ryan Myers. We got Isai Romero out here on the Zoom. Guys, the NBA Summer League just concluded. The Cleveland Cavaliers are the NBA Summer League champions, if you actually care. They got 20-balled by the they 20-balled the Rockets. Excuse me. Not too much to be said in that one. It was kind of the D-Leaguers playing the D-Leaguers. Even the G League guys weren't playing.
Whoa, don't hate on Cam. Don't hate on Cam. Don't hate on Summer League MVP.
Cam
For
did
14?
play.
For 14?
Cam had a great Summer League MVP. He did play tonight. I'll give him that. Monty Bates played tonight. Yeah, Mobley played tonight, but it wasn't Evan Mobley. It was his younger brother, Isaiah, who still ended up with 28 and 11, by the way. He had a great game, but definitely not the star-studded lineup that we thought we were going to have for this one anyway.
No, so getting into the Summer League, we got our first looks at a lot of the 2023 lottery picks. The Thompson twins, Scoot, Vic. A lot of injuries. We didn't see a lot. And obviously with teams putting in load management for guys like Vic and the Thompson twins, they didn't really want to see their guys get hurt in Summer League like we've seen. And then we also got to see Chet Holmgren, guys like that. So, Issa, I'm going to throw it to you to start us off here. Like, what is your biggest takeaway from this year's Summer League?
I have two. One, the Thunder will make the playoffs this year. That's my big takeaway. Chet's going to have a big defensive year. He's going to improve offensively. I think the Thunder take a little bit of a leap, and they actually make the playoffs. My second takeaway is that the Thompson twins are both going to be legit. That first game I watched Amen plays the point guard. He has we saw LaMelo play in his first few games in the NBA, and you're like, yo, that guy got vision, right? This dude, bro, so much vision. But Amen's
also just so athletic. Yeah. They're so athletic for having that skill set. I would say they have that LaMelo Ball skill set. That's a perfect comparison. But they got that bounce and just that tenacity to get through. They come off the screen and they're just attacking the rack. And I really think that both of them, especially Amen's the one on the Rockets, correct?
Amen is the one on the Rockets.
I always flip him up.
Asar's going to win championships because he's going to be the type of player teams go to look for in the market and things like that. He's going to be the glue guy because he can literally do everything. He rebounds, he blocks shots, he'll guard your best player, he can put the ball in the bucket. He does everything really well. So I think
Asar reminds me a lot of that Mikal Bridges role, that third, fourth option that could be a number one option on a team, but they're going to be that number third option, and they're going to win NBA championships. And I think that's not a crazy take. I mean, I don't want to jump the gun too much, but I think if who's going to have a more successful career, I would go with is it Asar? Asar.
Yeah.
And then Amen is just going to be all in all the better player.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because they obviously both have very similar skill sets. Defensively, I love how they both – we don't see a lot of guys come to the league now that are your star-studded players. You see guys we talk about all the time coming in they can do this with the ball. They can shoot the lights out, whatever. These two lock down. There's some guards coming in, elite playmakers, amazing in transition, great athletes, and they lock up, both of them. I love it. I mean, I saw clips of Asar guarding Grady Dick the other day when the Pistons played the Raptors, and he was looking fantastic, running the break, catching alley-oops. I mean, I love like you said, the tenacity both of them play with. I think the way this will impact basketball leading up to the NBA is going to be groundbreaking for the both of them. The way they were able to show that OTE can really produce some NBA quality talent, and they can actually show out and play good basketball. It's going to be huge for a long time. I'm excited to see how this.
I think it's going to really start to shake up this youth development. I mean, even recently we've seen just how OTE more recently the Rod Wave Elite, this kind of like social media, high level EYBL, AAU basketball is really starting to take over, even more so than it used to be. I saw a great podcast with Austin Rivers, and Austin Rivers was talking about like, hey, like if you were good, you got a mixtape. Now everybody got a mixtape, and now we're seeing these personalities that guys can go out and get money now, both in college and now at OTE and the Ignite and stuff like that. So I'm really interested to see, because that was my biggest takeaway with you, Myers. I think we talked about a few episodes ago, was I was not 100% convinced that this OTE was going to transfer into the NBA.
I wasn't either.
It was unproven. These guys were 20 years old going up against 16, 17-year-old kids. Like, don't get me wrong. Those 16, 17-year-old kids are elite for 16, 17-year-olds.
Not 19, 20.
And that's a really big gap in terms of player development, and I'm really happy with how both of them have kind of made that splash into the Summer League.
Yeah, and then beyond that point, too, I like to see how guys are settling in. Obviously, we look at Vic. He had his first game where he didn't shoot the ball too well.
I got a whole rant.
Really?
I got a whole rant about Vic.
Yeah, I mean, but then he came out the next game and started hitting shots. I think even the first game where he only had 5, he didn't play well, shot 2 for 13. He's still impacted defensively, which we talked about off the rip. No matter how good or bad his offense is going to be, defensively he's going to be elite off the rip, which is already going to make his value.
This is where I'm going to give a little pushback, and I'm going to throw Isai on the screen so I can see Isai. Victor Wembanyama is going to be a great shot blocker. He's going to be a great weak side shot blocker. But if these 2 games at Summer League proved, that dude cannot guard down low. He's too small to guard inside, and he's not fast enough to guard on the perimeter. We saw Brandon Millier quick draw him from the corner 3 times in a single quarter. This guy cannot move. He needs to put on size, but then he goes out in interviews and say, hey, I don't want to put on size and sacrifice my height ability or speed. And when I look at Vic, and especially in that first game, it was so evident that everyone on the floor, on the defense, did not think he was a problem. They did not.
Yeah.
They were going under screens. They would ball hawk him. He wants to dribble. He can't dribble in traffic.
He's too tall to dribble.
He's too tall. So he's going to have to drastically change his expectations and kind of sit back for a couple years like Giannis did in order for him to be successful, because in my opinion, from what I saw, even in that second game, those are offensive rebounds when he's crashing. If you watch back and look at that film, those 12 rebounds he has, the defensive rebounds, he's a step behind. He's a step behind everybody. He doesn't understand where the ball's falling off the rim. It's the most bizarre thing. The only thing I can compare it to is literally a deer in headlights. I was so bare on Victor Wembanyama, and then I watched those 2 games that people are like, oh, he had 27 and 12. I'm like, did you watch the game now?
Yeah, true.
That was a loud 27 and 12. And you want to talk about he was hitting shots. He wasn't hitting his shots. They're forcing him into position so easily that he's making side steps because he's frustrated with not being able to move off the screen, or he's not getting the space he wants off the dribble. These guys in the NBA are faster and stronger than anything he's ever seen, and he's gonna have a problem.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, there's gonna be a learning curve. I said this when we talked weeks ago. There's gonna be a learning curve, and I think most importantly with the learning curve is that he's under an organization and a staff that is proven to work with any and all type of big man. Pop makes guys look special, even if they're not. Pop knows how to get guys that are special to reach their full potential as players. I don't disagree with anything that you really have to say. I think definitely getting to his spots was always tricky for him. Even when he had 27, he was hitting good shots, but he was missing a lot of shots where you're like, why is he taking that shot? Definitely his ability to move is questionable because he's too tall to really guard guys off the rip through in that first step. And I do think there's a lot he's going to have to learn as a defender and how to actually utilize his body. And I think most importantly than that, we've seen how many guys come into the league and put on some size. It's not easy for him. It's going to be tough. It's going to take a long time for him to
But
put on
and it's not
size.
just that. He came out in an interview and say, "I'm not trying to put on size. I
Yeah.
don't want to put on size."
And I agree. And he did say that. You think Coach Pop gonna care what he thinks, what he has to say? He's a kid. He's our age. He's 19. Pop's gonna be like, I've been coaching, winning chips since before you were born. You're gonna listen to me, so you actually like become the player you're supposed to be. You're gonna put on some size. If we want you to put on some size, you're gonna get in these spots. We need you to get in these spots to do what they need to do, and then he'll figure it out from there. He's kind of lost. And summer league, you don't. There's no foundation. You're not doing anything. You're running pickup games. When he gets some foundation, he gets in a training camp. He gets time to work with his coaching staff and with the teammates. He'll come out looking polished. I feel, even if it's
for the Spurs, I hope so. I wonder where the ego's at with him, because if he's got an ego, and he's not willing to listen to stuff, like saying the statement, "I don't want to put on size," that worries me, and that should worry everyone in the Spurs organization, because this guy, for the first 5 years of his career, is not going to be a number one option. He can't.
Yeah.
You're making faces. Say something. What did you?
I was
see
letting
that
y'all
makes
just
you
talk.
think?
I'm actually gonna end. I'm gonna talk on a more positive note. Of course I see the same problems you guys do, but also I feel like if he just gets NBA reps more, his offense is gonna work itself out. The thing we don't get is people don't understand is like when he plays, like we're trying to like image ourselves trying to play like that. Nobody's contesting his shots. So as long as he gets more reps, he's gonna hit shots. Nobody's contesting him. It's
My
like
thing is
as a catch and shoot guy, he's gonna be elite. That's my first thing. Let me finish my rant.
Okay.
Second, he doesn't have the basketball IQ. He doesn't have it yet. He's not the reason that we're seeing him do these side steps and do things like that is he's settling for looks because he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Right? He wasn't a great cutter. I didn't see him cut great. Again, didn't rebound well as I would have liked to. 12 rebounds. Like I could name 15, 20 players in the summer league that got you 12 rebounds at least once. You know what I'm saying? Like 12 rebounds doesn't wow me. None of the things he did wow me.
An hour ago.
And the other thing is too is he's 7'4". Like you better get 12 rebounds, dog. Like you better.
You better block 4 shots. Like
You're 7'4".
I just don't. But I feel like a lot of people are reverting towards this or it's either like one far end in Ronan's end where it's like, heck no, this guy's gonna suck, or people love him. I'm more of in the like, if he can improve certain things, he's gonna be great.
Like,
but
name him for me, E, because for me, the biggest takeaway, like I was always, with lack of a better word, a hater. I didn't think he was going to translate. The French league was trash. He was overblown, yada, yada, yada. People were looking at the highlights. But then I sat down and I watched that first game. I saw Victor Wembanyama was facing off against Brandon Miller or whoever. And I turned it on. I was like, let's watch. And I watched 6'3" guards go over the top of the screen and just put their hips right to where the ball is, force him onto his offhand, and watch him make a trash pass or lose the ball or get forced into a shot that he doesn't want to take. And it was every single possession. It wasn't, oh, I don't know what to do. It's, I'm trying to do something that's not working.
Okay. As a summer league, I feel like they put him out in those first 2 games and let him do what he was going to do and see what happened. Now, because now you go into the season, you do that for the first 10 games, and now you're like, well, we're 0-10, right? I think they put him out there. They were like, yo, just play however you want to play, and whatever we'll see what the results are. And the results weren't that good, to be honest with you.
No, but that's the thing, though. He's not. There's not going to be situations that he's going to be put in the NBA either. I was listening to Paul George on his podcast talk about Vic with Draymond Green, and they were even joking around where they were like, "Man, the kid's going to be great, whatever." But some of the stuff he's doing in France, we're not letting that stuff slide here. Paul George was like, "He's not doing this dribble thing on me. I'm all over that." And that's exactly what's going to happen if that's what they try to do in the NBA.
Exactly.
But if we really think that Greg Popovich is going to let a 7'5" Victor Wembanyama dribble off a screen like he's Chris Paul for 20 possessions a game, that's never going to happen. Offensively, he's going to take a back seat. Ronan, like you said, he's not going to be a number one option. I think the Spurs are going to look to Keldon Johnson. They're still going to look to Trey Jones, other guys to initiate offense. Campaign. Just traded for Bro today. Honestly, it's going to be a good pickup for them. But Vic, at his current standing, we'll see if he does it. We'll see if the Spurs make him do it. But he's 20 pounds away from being the best defensive anchor in the NBA, full stop. Full stop. Like, the best, I'm talking defensive player of the year, because what he does have is a natural shot blocking shots. He has length. He's going to learn. He's going to get the IQ up. He's going to be working with a guy like Rudy Gobert, who, Isai, you hate, but he's a multi-time depoy for a reason. He's going to be a quality defender, one of the best in the league at minimum. Offensively, whatever happens. But he can shoot the basketball, and he can kind of put it on the deck enough to get him 18 to 20 points a night, which, honestly, for his defensive impact is all you need from him, at least for the first year or two of his career. I think he has a lot of room to grow, but I think I see a lot of positive signs, even though there are some negatives.
I just think that we're looking at a guy who's being compared to LeBron James and Anthony Davis and all these people. And after 2 summer league games, we're sitting here talking like, oh, he'll be a great defender. I'm still holding him to the standard he was when he was drafted number 1 overall against, honestly, 3 kids that could be all-stars way easier than he will. The trajectory is so much easier for a Scoot Henderson or the 2 Thompson twins to make it into an all-star game early in their career. And I agree. Greg Popovich is one of the best to ever do it. He signed a 5-year deal over the summer. He's 74 years old. You know what I mean? How long is Pop going to be the coach of the Spurs?
It's not just going to be Pop, though. It's not just about him, but it's the culture they've built. I mean, you see guys come out of that organization all the time.
Oh, they ain't made the playoffs since 2019.
Yeah, because they have no talent.
Because they have no team.
Their best player is
no
Keldon
team.
Johnson.
That's what I'm saying. So what culture are we talking about?
I'm talking about
the culture that's been winning since Tim Duncan. That was the grind. Play defense.
No, the team, the system that won with Tim Duncan.
Yeah,
Dog.
And David Robinson. But point being,
dude, they dealt Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors and he won a championship. Like, this franchise is not as good as it used to be. I'm sorry.
And I understand his point. I get what he's trying to say about this whole, like, the Spurs, they haven't won anything. I'm not saying it's about the winning, but I'm saying it's about the growth and development of players. It's about getting guys like Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker, who, if Pop didn't nurture them, or the Spurs didn't take them in and show them how to be quality teammates and work together and win, use their talent, these guys we've never heard of.
I agree. 100%
Kawhi!
Kawhi, same way.
Kawhi was not highly touted in the draft. He was not, like, his draft grades weren't amazing.
But there's no way we're gonna equate Kawhi's success to the San Antonio Spurs when he went out and won without him. And if it wasn't for being injured, it's very likely he would have won with the Clips. All I'm saying is you brought up 2 great points from 15 years ago. I want to know what talent they have done, what situation that you could think of in the last 8-9 years, right after Parker and Ginobili retired, that they have developed the talent. Lonnie Walker was highly touted in the draft. He left. Who else?
Lonnie Walker has not been a quality.
He was a lottery pick, though. I'm just trying to think of their lottery picks.
Lottery pick. Keldon Johnson, who's averaged over 22 points a game this last season for them, and actually has been turning into a quality offensive piece for them. I'm not saying that they've been a perfect organization, and I'm not saying that they're gonna.
I'm just saying they have a history of developing players positively.
They do, especially high level talent,
raising their ceiling.
And what I'm saying is keyword history.
That's fair. That's fair, but
I
also,
just want to see it. You don't understand. I would love to see Vic Wembanyama be ridiculous and prove me wrong. And I would love for Coach Pop to be able to go out here and develop this guy and put a good team around him. But this team won 29 games last year?
Yeah,
you can say, "Oh, Keldon whatever was their best player." Then why did they develop better talent? If they're so good at developing talent, where is the talent? That is
they haven't had the pieces, and they're gonna get there. That's why they got the number 1 pick.
That's what I'm saying.
So they can do with the guy that's supposed to be the next whoever, who blah blah. So, I think it'll be an interesting season for Vic, but I think he has a floor that already makes him a top quality defensive player in a lot of aspects, and that alone. Well, you only get better from there. There are a lot of things you got to work on, but so are every other player in the draft. I mean, you look at the 3 guards you mentioned and how good they're going to be. None of those guys can shoot a basketball. None of them. None of them can shoot a basketball.
I just think
Anderson is 6'2" and shot 27% from 3. So everybody got things they got to work on this offseason.
I'm saying is it's way easier to perfect a jump shot than it is to learn the game of basketball and completely change your style of game.
But I'm saying is that he doesn't have a style of game.
I agree.
If you ask me what's Victor Wembanyama's best offensive go-to move,
wanna be KD.
He don't got
That's
one.
how I describe it.
He don't got one. But that's what I'm saying. It's because he's trying to do things that he shouldn't be doing because it worked against weaker competition, like putting the ball on the deck and running pick and rolls. That's a summer league thing. He's not gonna be doing that in the NBA. But I think off the catch, he can light it up from 3 because nobody can contest the shots. He can get to spots and hit the mid-range. I think you get him in the elbow and you let him work from there. He can take 1-2 dribbles max and work from there and get you buckets whenever he needs to. He has options that you can go to, and he's very versatile in his scoring at an age where a lot of guys aren't. And I think at that, you can kind of be like, okay, well, this game he's going to have to be shooting a lot of threes because this guy doesn't step out from the perimeter. Because you're going to match up against centers that can actually contest the shot. And at that point, you get Rudy on him. You bring Rudy out the paint. Now his rip-through might work. He gets to the rim and dunks. He's versatile. I think he has a lot of room to grow, and he's definitely not a finished product, but I can see where the hype has been coming from, and I think he'll be fine. He just needs a second. 2 summer league games.
Well, from one disappointment to another, Myers, this one's a little more close to home for us. Brandon Miller has been, honestly, pretty awful. Had some... I don't want to be that much of a hater, but it's true. I love Brandon Miller's game. But, bro, he just forgot his strap at home or something when he came to the Summer League.
He gave it away. He gave it
away. Bro, what did he go? 0 for 7 in the first one?
Yeah, I mean, Brandon...
Yeah. Had more fouls than he had assists and rebounds combined.
Oh, that's a tough stat. It's a tough stat for B. Miller.
Yeah, I don't know, because I think Vic, it was easy to defend. Obviously, before on the last podcast, I was very high on Brandon Miller pre-draft, and I still am. But there's a lot of reason to have doubt. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I think that the I'm gonna always say this. It is Summer League, which could be has a double meaning to it almost, because you're almost like,
I love when people be like, oh, somebody play like trash. Oh, it's Summer League, it don't matter. Somebody plays really good. Oh, this guy's in.
Exactly.
Hey, what happened to It's just Summer League?
That was my exact point, is that because when dudes are playing great, it's like Cam Whitmore. It's like, oh my God, look at him, he needs a contract. And then when it's guy that's supposed to be good playing bad, it's like, oh, it's just Summer League. I don't know, man. I think he just gotta like ease into his game, right? I think he has so much to his skill set but I almost wonder if he's just trying to do too much and he's not letting the game come to him. He wasn't early in the summer league because there were obviously like you can put a highlight reel together of anybody that looks solid, but there were a lot of moments where he looked good. He was hitting shots, working the pick and roll well, getting downhill and scoring at the rim in different ways. But there's definitely a lot of room to grow, and he's playing for a team unlike Vic, where I was high on the organization he's playing for. The
Oh my
Hornets are
God,
a
it's
wreck.
awful.
The Hornets are a
Bro,
wreck.
get me on their summer league team, bro.
Like-
Let me sit in the corner and shoot like 20%. I'd be a starter.
No, I mean,
That team
Bro.
is awful.
and it's not even that. Just it's awful. It's awful with no direction. It's awful with like
27 days, 27 nights.
a lot of nights, a lot. 27 losses on 27
Bro.
nights.
And they,
Wins.
bro, and they still have Miles Bridges. They have Miles Bridges on their roster right now. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it really is. The whole team is just a whack job. So I wonder if he's actually gonna get nurtured the way he needs to be. But he's talented. I'm gonna give him a pass. It's summer league, right? So I'm gonna give him that. Nah,
But
man.
alrighty, moving on from that. Any more thoughts here on the Thompson twins, or any
No, I
final
mean-
thoughts about any of these summer league guys? Because I was gonna move on to my guy Amani Bates.
Yeah, he played well. You can go on to Monty Bates actually right now because he played really well. He shot the lights out in a few.
Don't fall
games.
for it. Ball Sack Sports messed it up. Did y'all see that? Ball Sack
No.
Sports tweeted a
What did they
fake
mess
stat
up?
line. ESPN, Imani Bates, like everybody reposted it. Somebody used it like live on air on ESPN. They said he had like 27, like 9 for 8 from 3 or some like it was a fake stat
something
line.
dumb. Yeah,
Something
yeah,
dumb.
I saw
They
that.
reposted it.
Dude, they be getting me, or like NBA memes.
NBA memes does get me too.
Dude,
'cause
NBA memes got me. I saw, I keep seeing the Dame trade. It's the stupid, like, what's it called? The Miami Heat have agreed to terms for Tyler Hero and for Damian Lillard. The Portland Trailblazers did not agree or something like that. It got me
Said
twice.
no.
The same graphic got me twice.
And you're like,
bro. I'm so ready for Dame to get traded, bro. Free my
No,
guy,
oh,
Dame. Free my
but-
guy, Dame.
free Dame.
free day. But for
Months to be traded? Just take the deal, man. You're not getting nothing better. Like I don't know what.
he's
Just-
not
just
going to
get
get
rid of
traded
Dame.
because he only wants to go to one team. He said if it's not the Heat, the rest of you guys just go home. Don't show up. Because if you trade for me, I'm gonna be real mad. He gonna walk in the trade.
Damien, there's a really nice stadium in Brooklyn. It's called the Barclays. Come play with us at the Brooklyn Nets, please.
Yeah, he finna walk across the Brooklyn Bridge and throw that pizza in the Hudson when he gets all mad.
New
He's like,
Jersey pizza better anyway.
Get out that man. Get out Brooklyn. Give me this crappy pizza, man. I don't want to be here.
Bro.
He said I want to be in
Bro,
Miami.
when it came out that his agent said that any team besides the Heat that were trading for him were trading for an unhappy player, I'm like, bro, what does that even mean? Like, you unhappy to make $100 million? Like, are we serious right now?
The training camp with a pouty face on, just kind of like I don't want to be here.
Just like,
Bro,
I have to make $100 million in Brooklyn. Like, bro, come on.
He gonna show up with Mikal. Mikal gonna be all like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And he gonna be like, "Alright, bro."
And then drop 30
Hey.
on your favorite team.
Yeah, for real. Or just not play, whatever he feels like doing.
maybe he can start rapping some more. Dame
He
Dollar.
rapping for show. He gonna drop a Blazers
Hey, he
diss
should
track
go.
when he leaves.
I needed Damian Lillard and Miles Bridges out the NBA
Collab.
mixtape.
Put Lonzo
bro.
Ball in that joint too with the feature.
Dude, do you see Lonzo Ball up on vacation on the TikTok?
Bro,
yes.
he's not gonna
Bro.
play ever again.
Dude, his fits are insane though.
No, he's
Like, bro,
cold.
going out to dinner at a resort in like a $300,000 fit.
No, Zoe is cold.
His girl got it bad too. I'm not gonna lie. His girl got it bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude,
Hey.
he's
Not gonna lie.
got-
Hey.
Attaboy Lonzo, you can't win on the court, winning off of it. Attaboy.
Can't even get on the court. All right. You have Sean Livingston knees. Just gotta get rid of him. Bro.
Sean Livingston.
Well, it's his list, right? Like he's got like a contra
No.
fracture or
No, it's his
something.
knees right now. He's like
It's his
struggling. Like
knees.
it's some like real like he can like barely walk. Like some nerve.
Like I'm
endings.
making fun of him, but like it's fucked. Yep. Dang,
No.
it's messed up.
Yeah, no, that's tough because he was out with like a arm thing, right?
Yeah,
At the
I mean,
very
he's had
beginning.
wrist injuries or whatever since he's been in the league. But right now, it's like his knees and like doctors are like he might never play NBA basketball again. Which
That's so tough.
no, it's tough because he was just getting to that point of his career where he kind of figured out his role, where he kind
Yeah.
of like realized he's gonna be like an elite.
Dude,
level
that team
playmaker,
was
defender.
really good.
That Bulls team was fun.
That Bulls team was great. They had Kobe White coming off the bench. I mean, Vucevic, Ball,
Caruso.
Levine, Caruso. Those guys as their starting
DeRozan.
lineup was
And
solid. DeRozan.
Yeah, that's a good team. No, it's a shame.
Kobe
'Cause
Jr.
I love Zio too. Yeah, that's tough. Do y'all think Dame's gonna get traded to any team but the Heat? Like, do you think the Heat are gonna
No.
make it?
No.
I
My
think
thing
they-
is, if he was going to get traded to the Heat, it would have already happened. I have a feeling like some crazy trade is going to come out of here.
They're maybe looking at 3 teams because I think the Heat lost assets, right? Like they lost Gabe Vincent, they lost Max Strus, 2 guys that started games. So there was their starting backcourt in the finals and they lost it, right? So ultimately they lost value. And I think that they're obviously gonna have to package Hero and some other things, but they don't have enough to keep Bam, Jimmy, and then get Dame. We'll see if they add a 3rd team. I don't know who do you think would be added into the mix. I feel like teams like the Suns are obviously looking for trading away guys. You see, maybe they could package Aiden in a deal, send Aiden up to Portland, send some assets over to from Miami to Phoenix, and I don't know whatever they can conjure up to
But see,
I-
they don't need assets. They need players. You know what I mean? Like they can't take draft capital. They need guys.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think the Suns need they need guys, right? The Suns
Yeah.
they could use,
But
they
am
could
I-
use a Duncan Robinson. They could use
Yeah.
whoever they can conjure up. I don't know. They
Well,
could
didn't
use-
I was
Duncan
thinking the
Robinson get
Raptors.
moved already?
No, he hasn't.
Mm-mm.
I
I was
So
thinking
it's
the
only
Raptors.
Strus and- The Raptors could be an interesting team if they try to blow it up with Siakam. Obviously, they don't know what they're going to do.
They go Siakam, and then they go Anunoby. They can go to the Trailblazers, and the Trailblazers
That's
can
so
get like
much.
two first-round picks. The Raptors get Hero, Robinson, and some picks, and then he get Dame.
Yo, I think the Raptors with that, the Blazers with that team genuinely like can make the playoffs. Like a starting 5 that adds Siakam and OG with their backcourt of like 2 elite level explosive guards, and whoever they throw at the 5, that team makes the postseason. That's actually a crazy look.
I think so.
Who's that European dude they still got?
Oh, Nurkic.
Nurkic. Like they got a
Nurkic.
decent
Nurkic
5.
is solid. Nurkic
He's
is
all
very
right.
solid.
Yeah,
He's like
but
Zubac. Like
talking a little bit about
you
free
look at him
agency-
and get what you want.
I got you. Can we just talk about how the Lakers are like going to be good at basketball next year?
I hate to be that guy because I'm the designated Lakers hater. Y'all know this, but you're not wrong. They have a good
Bro,
little
this
lineup.
Ross, because you saying Gabe Vincent reminded me.
They got
Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, D'Angelo Russell, Cam Reddish, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, Anthony Davis. They got Jackson Hayes out there, got some height.
No, that amount.
Dude, that
of-
squad that's scary.
That amount of scoring to pair it with LeBron is just that's too scary for me, man. Because LeBron makes scores look like elite.
I
scores.
promise you, that's going to be a 5 seed that is going to be so streaky, and they're going to get hot in the playoffs.
But I don't
promise you.
know. I feel like they might want to come out hot, like because they've been streaky the last couple years, especially this first year. They had a lot of turmoil. They might want to come out guns blazing. They made a lot of moves this year. They didn't make as many this offseason, even though they were quality moves. And re-signing the guys they could were quality moves. Keeping Rui, keeping Austin Reeves were quality moves, right? So
I'm interested. I can't wait for the NBA season, dude. I'm itching.
No,
This
we
summer
got-
league got me back up into it.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
But
I miss having basketball every night.
I'm
That's
saying,
just like that's my thing. That's my thing. Like, bro, like what am I supposed to watch? WNBA? Are we serious? Gotta be joking.
That's messed up.
Gotta be
Yo,
joking.
no. Did you guys see the All-Star game though? Wait. I'm
Oh,
pulling
she hit
up the
30.
guys right
Yeah.
now.
Sabrina,
Yes.
she hit
Yes.
37.
yes.
Bro, she missed 2 shots, Ronan. whole
Oh,
three-point
yeah,
contest, she
yeah.
was
She beat
dog.
the 3-point contest record. Or how about the trophy? They got them an upgraded trophy.
Yeah, they
Bro,
did
that was
upgrade the trophy. That was
criminal.
huge.
That was
Yeah. No, they had a
criminal.
little 10-pot trophy. This year they dazzled them up with a big one. That was cool. But no, Sabrina was I saw the whole minute clip of her shooting the lights out. Literally, like she wouldn't miss. She missed like the first shot, and then she didn't miss for like 2.5 racks. She had like the new like 4-point line addition too, all the way back there. Went back, hit like all the money ball rack. 37. That's insane. I don't know. I mean, if there's one thing these girls can do in the NBA too is shoot.
I mean, I think the WNBA's brand is honestly improving
it is.
in a
I
great
agree.
way. I mean, I think there's a lot. I think about it from our context is like guys who follow basketball, like you're always going to get a little of that spillage over from the WNBA. But I feel like I know so many more WNBA players and who's good and who's not than I did like 3-4 years ago.
Oh, for sure. I think the addition of
I
the college
agree.
game too, the way the college basketball is kind of like a lot of these girls will be amazing in college, and a lot of people are kind of like college only with women's basketball, which isn't great. But ultimately, some of these girls are so good, they get to the pros, and you kind of just continue to listen and learn and watch about them. Like I think when Angel Reese finally decides she wants to play in WNBA, and other girls like that, they're kind of be like, "Yo, let's go pro."
Yeah.
They're gonna continue to have that marketability, and it's still gonna like blow up.
Yeah,
Keep it
like
big.
I'm genuinely excited to see how Sabrina and Caitlin Clark would match up
Oh,
because
yeah.
those two to me are the best female college
Paige?
basketball players. She's been hurt. Like
Yeah, but I
Sabrina
think
had
she's
like
still better
3,000
than.
points and like 2,000 rebounds and like 1,000 assists. Like
I think Paige. I don't think Paige is the same level of facilitator that Sabrina is either.
You don't think
Sabrina's-
she is?
I think
I
Paige can
think I
pass the
think Paige
ball.
is a better all-around scorer.
Yeah, I'll
to
give
be
you that. She
honest.
scores inside better for sure.
Um,
Sabrina got that.
I was just joking about the
yappa, though. She
WNBA,
can
by the
lace.
way. I don't want to get. Hey, swear. On God,
Mm-hmm.
she do. Hey, I was just joking about the WNBA. Please don't flame me. All right.
No one's
I was
canceling
just
you, bro. Don't
joking.
worry.
I
But,
love watching women's basketball.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I've watched women's college basketball. I don't watch the WNBA that often. Like if it's
I don't
on at
either, but
the like I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, it's on. I'm not gonna look away. Especially if the Aces are playing. Dude, the Aces are fun to watch. Kelsey Plum is she know how to play the ball.
No, she's cold.
E, you were recently out here on the East Coast, so that will bring me to our latest in 7, Mr. Romero. So for those who don't know, we brought out in 7 in the last episode, basically debating topics, real world topics in basketball terms. So Romero, I will throw it to you. You got to try these two staples of the East Coast, probably the biggest rivalry you will see in the state of Pennsylvania.
Like I look at a
and
player.
Wawa. Hit me with
I
it.
look at a player in Wawa. I see a player that does everything well. Now when you see the player, you're like, oh my gosh, a little raggedy. Like I'm not gonna lie, like
Wawa.
this dude ain't have a haircut. Yes, bro. When I went to a
Really?
Wawa in Florida, and I didn't even know it was gonna happen. There's a dude with one leg. There's somebody outside selling Pokemon cards. It was just a weird experience.
It's also in Florida,
But-
so that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida ain't really real. Florida's not a real place. But yeah, I think Wawa is the type of guy that does everything well, and I think Sheets does that as well. But when I look at Wawa, I see that sub, and I see it in that red and white paper, and it just elevates for me. I'm taking Wawa in 7. Sheets was mid.
Wow.
Not gonna lie,
See,
Sheets
see,
was mid.
see.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
I did. I
See,
didn't
okay,
I didn't
you
even finish
offended.
whatever I
You
got.
offended the Virginia boys right here,
You
bro.
really did. You
Yo,
really did.
oh my. There's no way.
You know what?
What
You ain't had
does
enough.
Sheets do better than Wawa?
The fried food, the ambiance. Wawa is great. I'll set up put pictures for you. You loved Wawa because of this. You were on a family vacation. You were down in Orlando. You were in Florida. You got yourself a nice sub. Probably like 3 p.m. in the afternoon, enjoying your day with a little chips and a Coke or whatever. Now picture yourself. You're with you and 6 of your boys, you've had a long day, you had a game or whatever, you maybe had a basketball game, post game, by the way, you're trying to have a cool night, y'all slide over to Sheets, you order yourself some mott sticks, I'm a French toast guy, so I love the mott sticks, but you get some...
Gotta go with the mac and cheese bites, brother. Come
bites
on.
are a staple.
The mac and cheese
bites are a staple. You go with whatever you want. You get some tasty fried food. You get a nice little shake or whatever you want. There's just so many options. Everybody's happy. You're sitting outside. It's 1 in the morning, and the vibes are immaculate. You don't get the same thing from Wawa. Wawa got its midday lunch with you and your mother kind of vibe. Sheets is like you and the boys are having a quality night kind of vibe.
And Ryan Myers just pissed off every single human being from Baltimore to New York City with such a passion. They all hate you right now, but this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say.
Lactose is crying at me right now.
Whatever. This is what I feel. These are 2 all-star caliber players we're talking about here. I don't want to take anything away from either. These are 2 great talents. For me, it comes down to the key difference is Wawa's hot. And when it's hot, it's the best in the game. Nothing touches it. But when it's cold, it's ice cold. It is Brandon Miller 0 for 7 from the line. But Sheets, it's always hot. It's always lukewarm. You're never going to go wrong in a Sheets. You could step into a Sheets in wherever, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and it's going to be the same as when you step into it wherever. You go to Wawa in the middle of nowhere out in the Poconos in Pennsylvania, you might not come back. Food poisoning might get you. The workers might get you. Who knows? But you go to a Wawa, a nice, crisp North Jersey Wawa. Oh, it's fantastic. It's the best thing you could ever get.
It is fantastic.
Oh,
So for me, I like to go with consistency over peaks. I like a long, thought-out career, a lot of success versus a couple of great years. And that's why I go with Sheets in 7. It's a great matchup. But I think at the end of the day, Sheets is where it's at.
That's fair. Isa, how many games you say Wawa won in? Was it close?
7.
Series?
7.
7-game
Yeah,
series, so
7.
it's a flip-flop. I mean, both are amazing options. You're not really going to go wrong. You never roll up into a Wawa, I'm disappointed. Same thing with the Sheets. I'm never like, oh, man, we're going to Sheets. It's never how it is. But I'm going to have to agree with my Virginia brother here, Mr. Haycoop. I'm taking Sheets in 7. I'm taking the vibes with your boys, the late-night runs, the quality post-basketball game experience over the quality road trip with mom, even though I love my mother to death. The Wawa sub.
Hey, somebody clip that and cut the second half off.
Our mom must send it to before she can see the rest of the copy. No, but it's a close one, but I'm taking Sheets in 7. But I respect it, though, because you only had Wawa once. I think what we got to do is take you to a trash Wawa so you can see how bad it can be.
Yeah, we got to go out in the sticks.
Well, we went to Wawa in the city. When you were here, we were in
Georgetown. We took him to the Georgetown Wawa. We spoiled him a little bit.
We did spoil you, but we didn't get a sub. That would have been interesting. That probably would have been good, actually, from Georgetown.
That would have been fire. Now that I'm thinking about it, I do want a Wawa sandwich.
Well,
guess
what?
The Wawa subs are fire, though. I'll give it. They're fire.
Guess what? We can get one of those right now. You can't.
I could get one right now.
But yeah,
where you going? Where you going to like pilots? What do you have on the West Coast? What do y'all have on the West Coast?
Hey,
quick
are you ready
bro.
for this? No. You ready for this?
It's not even spelled right.
Come and go. Come and go. It's come and go. Come and go's the place.
Bro, ain't no way. That's actually real.
Swear.
That's not a
Come
meme.
and go.
You're serious?
That's a real place?
Come and go's real. It's right up the street.
Like, what?
$3.85 on gas. You come and you
That's
go.
not cheap.
Yo, you forget he live in Denver, bro.
Oh wait, yeah, chill. It's probably a little cheap up there. Okay. Nah, man. Quick trip and come and go. That's crazy.
7-Eleven, loafing jug.
Wait.
Loafing what?
Loafing jug.
Alright, bro. I'm just gonna end it on that, bro. I'm just gonna end it on that. There's no way that's real. There's no way that's
What?
real. Loaf
Bro,
in jug.
What do you get? What do you
Yeah.
get on a run
like
from loaf
like
and
milk
jug?
and bread?
Yeah, sure.
Loaf and jug.
What do you get in a run? Paint me a scene. I'm walking into
Okay.
a loaf and jug.
Okay, let me picture the scene.
Bro, is that where
Me
all is that where all the dads who went to go get milk stay at?
No.
Never came back.
No.
They just stay in the
No.
loaf and jug. It's just too
All right,
lit
bro.
out there, bro. That's why they didn't come back.
That's live.
You had runs for 3 hours, loaf and jug right up the street. You and your boys whip on around there. You walk in. On your right, it's like a gas station. On your left, it's like a Subway, like pizza thing. You go over to Subway. You get your Subway order. You grab some chips from the gas station. You sit down. You get yourself a fountain drink.
Wait.
you know what I'm saying?
You said what kind of sub we talking? Like hot sub, cold sub? What's a good sub?
It's Subway.
It's just a Subway.
Yeah, It's
Oh,
in there.
it's like when you.
Oh, it's like
Loves.
Pilot.
Yeah, like
that
Loves.
don't count.
Okay,
That don't
no.
count. Come on.
It's fire.
But you
Vibes
get
is fire.
Subway.
It's Subway.
Subway's great.
And yo.
Subway is great, but that's still Subway. That's not
It's
loaf and jug.
Subway. And more importantly than that, I'm taking a Wawa sub over a Subway sub, regardless. That don't even matter. But keep going with your but that's not what we're talking about though. That's just a gas station with the Subway.
No. Well, you'll visit here. I'll show you everything, man. I'll
Yeah,
show you
but
all
like
the
what? Like, paint me a
jugs
picture
and
though. 'Cause
7-Elevens
like,
you
okay, and you walk into the store and you're grabbing it's like a chips and a whatever. Do they have like hot food in there? Like you can get anything in there? Like what?
Yeah, you get no. Come and go. You can get hot food.
what kind of hot food? What do you eat?
Glizzy. You can get a glizzy. You can get a pizza. Dang. Now I'm not gonna lie. My people going. We don't really have a Wawa or like a Sheetz here. Like we don't have.
That's
that.
what I'm
Like,
saying, bro. They're still in the
Yo,
Stone
That's just something that
Age.
doesn't exist.
You're not
Free
real,
bro.
Neither is the state of Colorado.
It is. It's dope.
Free y'all.
There you
Man.
go. But all right, gentlemen, I'm a call it on that. Somehow we got talking about loaf and jug when we started about the NBA Summer League. But thank you guys once again for tuning in to the Baja. Hit us all up on that social media: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Am I missing one, Myers? I don't think
Nope,
so.
Not yet.
We got everything loaded up for you. Have a great week. Thank you for tuning in. My name's Rona Haycoop. He is Ryan Myers. Got Isai Romero on the Zoom. Have a good night, everybody.